Welcome everyone to the definitive Dark Souls boss ranking tier list. This is the only tier list you will ever need because this is the definitive one. My opinion is everything that counts, and you should disregard every other opinion, obviously. This is after my Soul Level 1 playthrough, so I beat every single boss in Soul Level 1, and I think I can judge most bosses pretty well at this point. And that's what we're going to do right now. If you want to see more Dark Souls Monster Hunter content, please leave a like and subscribe. And let's go. Well, obviously, we're starting with Four Kings. Four Kings, I don't know. I put them in kind of mid. Four Kings is an okay fight, but their movement, the way back just makes them so much worse. Also, they're kind of janky. I don't know. It's not that great. Gaping Dragon, also kind of mid. It's a good fight. Don't get me wrong. But it's kind of easy. It's well designed, but not too well done, I'd say. Sif, absolutely well done tier. Sif is absolutely great. From the lore, from everything that happens, from the way it's limping, from you get a special cutscene if you did the DLC first, all of that, obviously, is absolutely great. So yeah, let's move on. Gwyn. Fuck Gwyn. Could be better. Seriously, fuck Gwyn. Like, if you can parry him, he's too easy. And if you can't parry him, like me, it's an absolute shit show. So, no. I hate Gwyn, and yeah, my hatred hasn't subsided since the stream, so fuck him. Fuck him especially. Iron Golem? I'd actually put yeah, I put Iron Golem in kind of mid, but probably after Gaping Dragon. Oh, I can order them. Okay, after Gaping Dragon, because Iron Golem is a good fight. It's an okay fight, but relatively easy. The arena you can fall off, and the fight really doesn't amount to anything. Moonlight Butterfly. I'm going to put after Gwyn. Could be better. I get what they were going for. It's not a great fight, I would say. It's definitely worse than all three of the in the kind of mid tier. And I would say it's worse than Gwyn, so let's put it in this tier. Nito. What do we do with Nito? It could be better, but let's put him in kind of mid. I put him before Gaping Dragon, probably. Yeah, Nito isn't that great of a fight, but it's an okay one, I would say. It's once you get a holy weapon on Soul Level 1, it's easy. It's nothing too offensive. Yeah, that's Nito. I think that's okay. Ornstein and Smo. Absolutely awesome tier. That fight is so well designed. It hurts. Like, they never achieved such greatness with a duo fight since Ornstein and Smo, and it shows. Pinwheel. Kind of mid. Probably. Yeah, I put it before Gaping Dragon and Iron Golem just because it is kind of in a weird place, and if you actually engage with it early on, it's a better fight, I would say. I think it's better than Gaping Dragon and Iron Golem. Thief the Scalers. I'll put it in well done. It's probably low on that tier, I would say. Thief is pretty inoffensive, but it's good, you know, the way the spacing works with him. like getting close to him when he's firing the wide beam and getting away from him when he's at close range and stuff. That all works really well. It's not a bad fight. It's really well designed. There's just some things that could be done better, but still, it's really good. Also, huge part in the plot. I'm ranking that as well, so you know. Asylum Demon, I would say an awesome. Probably going to be really low on that tier, for sure. But it's the perfect intro to a Souls game. I have never seen a better intro to a Souls game. Maybe Dark Souls 3. That's Udex Gandir is really great as a intro, but Asylum Demon, obviously, in S tier, in awesome tier, no judgment. Stray Demon, I would just say could be better, and relatively down below, like this. Stray Demon doesn't have the same punch that Asylum Demon has as a boss. I would say it's worse Asylum Demon. It's an Asylum Demon that forces you to stay behind it at all time and just attack. There's a certain rhythm to it, and it takes way too long to get it down. It's not fun. Taurus Demon, I would put in well done. Slightly beneath Sieve. Yeah. Taurus Demon is also the perfect intro to the game. Like, where it is, it teaches you about spacing, you know, it's kind of a... It goes in the same vein as Asylum Demon, but you need to think a little bit more. And it actually... Both of these fights are really well done. Bed of Chaos obviously goes in Bed of Chaos tier. Fuck Bed of Chaos. It's the worst fight in all of Dark Souls. Artorias. Absolutely S tier and top of S tier. Artorias, such a great fight. Oh my god. I think I posted the short. It's so great that after it was done, I was like, fuck, I need to have another playthrough to fight him again. Fuck. It's such a great fight. I really want a boss rush mode or something in Dark Souls, because that fight is so good. I just want to fight it again. It's so good. Black Dragon Calamite goes to top of the well done tier. Another excellent boss. The way it teaches you how to approach it, it's a very different boss. And the main point, its mechanics are a little bit different than what the normal game is about. And it takes a lot to get used to. But at the end, I was like, I can do this blindfolded. And that's the sign of a great fight. It's a little bit too clunky to be an awesome tier, I feel like. But it's at the top of well done. Okay, now more positive stuff. Manus, Father of the Abyss. Where does Manus go? Obviously, top of awesome tier. I would put it slightly above Artorias, just because the fight is so well done. Once you master it, it's like Calamite, but without the clunkiness. Once you master the fight, it's such a good boss. There is nothing bad to be said about this boss. Everything is designed to be perfect, and that's what I want to see. The Sanctuary Guardian goes a little bit below Taurus. I would say, let's put it, I don't know, below Sieve. Yeah, I'll put it below Sieve. It's a great fight, for sure. It's a good fight. Everything is telegraphed well, everything is choreographed well, but it's a little bit on the easier side, and it's a little bit on the meh side. if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'll put it here. It absolutely works. Next up is Bell Gargoyles. I'll put it below Taurus Demon, but it's still an awesome fight. Bell Gargoyles is the first fight that teaches you how to space well, and you know how to approach fights with multiple enemies. It's not really that difficult if you get into it. The first time I had a little bit of trouble with it, and the second time I just blasted through it. But it's a fight that teaches you mechanics, and it's a fight that teaches you mechanics are always great. Next up, Capro Demon. I'd say above Moonlight Butterfly. Slightly above. Because the original fight is good. The arena sucks. Everything around the arena sucks. The two other dogs in the arena suck. But the original fight would have been good. Just give me a big arena with just the Capro Demon at that time. That would be a good boss fight. Sadly, it isn't. So, you know, I just have to put it in the lowest tier I can. Slightly above Moonlight Butterfly. But yeah. Ceaseless Discharge. Where do I put Ceaseless Discharge? I'm having a little bit of trouble with this one. I'm going to put Ceaseless Discharge ahead of Pinwheel. Ahead of Pinwheel, but still kind of mid. The fight itself is... The tier already says it. It is kind of mid. But there is a little bit of a spark in it that I can see with all of the lore surrounding Ceaseless Discharge. And the way you can trick him into falling down and all of this stuff. I think that's a lot of intentional good design. It's still kind of mid, but you know, reserving that for later. Centipede Demon. Centipede Demon I'm definitely putting down here. 4 Stray Demon, but still not a great fight. It could be done so much better. There's so much missed potential here. Like, the way you strike it down to get the lava ring and stuff is kind of cool. But then, it doesn't really work in-game that well, I would say. It's not really well designed. A lot of the Isolive bosses aren't that well designed, to be honest. Chaos Witch Quilag. I've been thinking about that a lot. But I think I would put her in awesome tier. At the bottom of awesome tier, I think slightly above Asylum Demon. Here we go. Chaos Witch Quilag is a definitive good boss. It's the first real good boss you encounter, by the way. Like, if you look at this, yeah, you get Asylum Demon early on, but that's not it's more of a teaching thing. But Chaos Witch Quilag is the first real good, excellent boss you encounter in that list. All of them are kind of late, you know. It's either they are a teaching moment, or they are really late. And Chaos Witch Quilag is in that early game, but a really excellent encounter. The way you have to dodge her puddles, you know, you need to be aware of your surroundings. The way you dodge her attacks is really important. There's so much going on. Next up is Crossbreed Priscilla. Crossbreed Priscilla is an interesting one because the first time I had kind of trouble with her, but the second time I kind of steamrolled her, so I think her mechanics are cool, but that doesn't mean I'd put her above Pinwheel, below Ceaseless Discharge. She can't take many hits, really. And once you get the mechanics, it's relatively a simple one. I basically cakewalked over her most of the time. So, you know, it's kind of an easy fight. It's not really that strong. So, you know, I'll put it there. Slightly better than Pinwheel. A little bit worse than Ceaseless Discharge. In terms of lore, yeah, there's not so much there. Maybe. I don't know. So, next up, we only have 2 left. Bugs on Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn is a interesting case. I would put Gwendolyn in kind of mid, I would say. But I would even say I'd put it above Four Kings. Here we go. Gwendolyn is not. It's not an excellent fight. It's not a fight I would call excellent, but it's a mid fight that's kind of good with the way you approach it. You know, you have to run, then you need to dodge its different attacks and stuff. It's kind of mid, but still on the top of mid. Like a really inoffensive fight that is kind of okay. You know, I categorize it as that. Last but not least, Demon Fire Sage. Demon Fire Sage. I always forget this thing exists, and it's just the worst Stray Demon. It's basically the same as Stray Demon. They just copy and pasted it, and that makes it worse. So, you know. Yeah, that's it. That's it for my Dark Souls 1 tier list. Tell me in the comments what you would have changed, what you think about these bosses, what I got wrong, you know, all of that. And thank you all for watching. Until next time, Trilightning out.